back with the women's race now. The leader, number 438, Rutiaga. Kebede, Aberu Kebede looks very comfortable indeed. Oligira, representing the sponsors here. She actually, after the cross-country 10th place, she turned to the track over 10,000 meters and the Ethiopian Championships. She set then a personal best of 31:17. So there's so much happening in the junior ranks as the masses wend their way. Some will be doing this for the very first time, but really the culture in this part of the world is running. And you know, it's very seldom you see anyone walking around. It's all about running, and this is where it all starts, and that's why internationally they've got such a terrific reputation. And every time you go to a major championship now, the World Cross Country or any major track championship, you will see Ethiopia and you will see Kenya up front. But Kenya's sparse in their entry this time. It's mostly Ethiopians up in that group. In fact, it's all Ethiopians up in that leading group. Although in the race as a whole, there are many nations represented. A lot of people come out here. I know that British Olympic champion Sally Gunnell is out here running for her charity. There are lots of charities being run for during this race, and lots of money raised, and it's good to see this happening. Then in the middle with that blue and yellow, that is Gebrhiwet. Gebrhiwet, as I said, born in the Tigray region of Ethiopia, is very talented. He's come through very quickly indeed. As we go back to the women, and the two principals that I mentioned early on are in control of these races, really. Just looking across at, see if I can identify 419. That is, yes, that's Oligira. Now, Oligira, I've mentioned her before, is she's 22. She was third in this race in 2009. 31:07, a national record, incidentally, in the 10K in Ethiopia. That's interesting. That was set in Marseille in 2010, and was fifth in the Olympic Games over 10,000 meters, as I said. So she's a real talent, that's for sure. And in the men's race, well, it's beginning to emerge. 255. I've mentioned him before. That's Atanau, and he is an athlete who's a 19-year-old again. So many 19-year-olds here in the cross country. Run a couple of cross countries already this year, but they were early on in January, and they were in Greece and Italy. He was third, and he won the race in Italy, incidentally, in Rovereto. And he's a real talent. He's taken it on, certainly. But the favourite for me, Gebrhiwet, in the middle of that group, in very good form, we understand at the moment. He entered his first 5,000 metres in the Diamond League in Shanghai. I was there to watch him in May last year. He upset the field by winning. It was an atrocious evening when he ran. His meet record time, 13 minutes 11, and it really was a fine performance there. So he's a man of real talent on the track, as this woman is on the track and on the road. Very nice. And this is coming very close to the end of this. We must mention also Germa there again in second place in that all red strip. She's representing the federal prisons here. She became the series. They have, as I said before, a series of road races domestically in this part of the world in Addis Ababa, and she won that this year. And there are 3 races, and overall she was the champion there. Second in the cross-country race, incidentally, which took place. This is here in Addis Ababa. It took place just a week ago. So looking good, though. The fourth athlete there, Oligira, Bayanesh Oligira, from Bolega in Ethiopia. She's 22 years old, incidentally. I may have mentioned that before, actually, but she is an Olympian and mature beyond those years. Well, the masses down below, well, they're making their way. It's not easy to make your way through the masses when there are so many as this, and there are 1 or 2 having to walk, but personal stopwatches will be clicked, and personal times will be recorded. 280, that's Beleti Asafa. He's won a couple of local races, including the 2011 Sulta Half Marathon, and he's won a few races actually on the country as well. won a couple in America, in Boulder and New Orleans, 10K races in 2011. And he was 4th last year in the Great Ethiopian Run, so hoping to do a little bit better. He's leading this group here at the moment. And as I said before, 255 Atanal is running as an individual. Not a lot of pedigree behind most of the athletes here, but certainly as far as Gebrhiwet is concerned, he is a talent. I must mention Berhanu Leges, incidentally, the yellow vest on the tail end of this group. He's representing the federal prisons. Overall second place winner of the series last year, that domestic series I mentioned of 3 races. Just looking across to the women, and this is an effort certainly as we come towards the final stages now of this women's race. And look at this, it looks to me as though Aberu Kebede has put the pedal down. She really has. Germa, Oligiera is there in 2nd place, Germa is in 3rd place, and that looks very, very much as though at the end of it all Aga is dropped off the back of this leading 3. Well, we shall see who's got the sprint finish as they're coming down towards the climax of this race, and it looks to me as though Germa now is pushing hard to overtake Oligiera, and she does so. So it's Kebede leading, Germa in 2nd, Oligiera in 3rd place. And in the men's race, look at this over on the right of your picture, the leader now looks to be Berhanu Leges, and he's taken it on. And that's very good indeed for him. Asefa is in 2nd place. Behind him is Gebrhiwet. And then with the green shorts there, that looks to me like Antonal. Well, 4 men, 4 women in the final stages, certainly for the women. The men have still got a little way to go yet. But this is where the real competition is beginning. There's a big, big gap now between this leading group of 4 and the rest of the field. And then, of course, the masses way, way back with thoughts other than that of an elite race. Oh, this is the final stage now of the women, and Kebede versus Germa. Oligiera's had to give way in 3rd place. Aga in 4th place. Those 4 were way ahead of the rest of the field, that's for sure. But there's a battle now. Can Germa, has she got the pace to come through? She really is useful, this young woman, but Kebede's got the pedigree. The winner of the Berlin Marathon just puts down the pedal and moves away again. Look at the grimace of teeth there. Final stages then for this 2012 Great Ethiopian Run for women, and this is going to be a superb victory for Aberu Kebede. She's previously finished, as I said, in 4th and 12th, and now she is the champion. Brilliant, brilliant run. And Germa can't catch her, but what a good effort it was. Kebede wins it. Germa comes through into 2nd place, and Oligiera comes through into 3rd. Great run in the end, it really was. Super stuff. The crowd at the finish enjoying those moments. And look at that, I said there was a refreshing spray on part of the course. Well, you saw it there for a brief moment. It is warm, and those green tunics will get dampened severely when they get to that stage of the race. Now then, the men. The women are finished, but the men have got a little way to go, and it's down to 3 by the look of it. Asefa in the blue strip wearing 280, Legesa, Berhanu Legeso, number 3, with a yellow top, and then Hagos Gebrhiwet he's in 3rd place at the moment. These 3 way, way ahead of the rest of the field now. Antonal has had to give way. He's in 4th place at the moment. But this is where the battle will come. Still a little way to go yet. And the men and the racing, well, is still to be done. I tell you what, this fella here, Leges, he came to Addis Ababa and he'd never been out of the country before. And of course, he was successful in the domestic race. He's come to Addis Ababa to train. He lives 175 kilometers from Addis Ababa, and after 2nd place in 2011 in the series, he moved here and trained hard and really worked hard to win the series this year, and that he did. He won it. He won the 3-race series, and he's really attempting now to put the pedal down. It looks as though Leges has been dropped off the back, and it's down now to Behanu Leges and Hagos Gebrhiwet. Gebrhiwet just hanging into second place now. You just sense with that little glance that he's got some more in the tank, and it's going to be down to a dramatic sprint finish. Still a little way to go yet. When will the attack come? Will it come? Will he be able to make the attack? Gebrhiwet in second place. Leges then, Behanu Leges. He's got 3 brothers, 3 sisters. He idolises Kenenisa Bekele and Iman Merger. That's the sort of background he wants to provide. Oh, and here goes the attack, but he responds. Oh, Gebrhiwet went for it, and then the response came from Leges. It is going to be a cracker, and once again, look at this, flat out sprinting between the two. Leges has got it at the moment, has he? Or Gebrhiwet coming close on him. It's going to be down to tenths of a second, but Gebrhiwet's got the better, and Leges just eases off the pedal as the man from the Tigray region comes home again, or comes home to win this very, very good race. Well, he was 11th in the Olympic 5,000 metres this year, and he's now the champion here in Addis Ababa. In second place, Behanu Leges. In third place, Belete Asefa. And those 3, well, just a little bit ahead of the man in 4th place. It will be Antonau who comes through as an individual. Well, there's confirmation of the result. Gebrhiwet, Leges and Asefa, the first 3. 28:37 then, the winning time for the men. And as far as the women concerned, Kebede, Agurma, Algira, 33:27, the winning time for Aberu Kebede. It went really with the form book on the day.
I feel like Ethiopian athletes are growing and replacing Haile. I'm very happy to win this race.
Great Ethiopian Run is a big race, and I advised my manager that I wanted to run here because I wanted to specifically train in order to win a 10k race.
So 2 very competitive races, both decided in the final 400 metres, rounding off the Great Run series of 2012. Coming up next, it's our review programme. And don't forget, you can keep up to date on our website, greatrun.org. But for now, from Ethiopia, it's goodbye.